Hi, have you ever tried to make Okay, this is my first attempt at making a scripted video. Like, I type down the script and it comes out. I'm gonna sound like a fucking radio ad man. I hope it doesn't come out really bad. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna sound super fake. But I think this is good because I often go off this rant mode and there's just this flow of thought and nobody wants that. Have you ever tried making a landing page on your own and failed horribly? Perhaps it didn't feel as professional. Until you actually start, it seems pretty simple. Especially in today's day and age, you have like too many landing page builders, and every landing page builder comes with 1,000 templates. And yet it actually doesn't help us because contrary to what people think, too many choices actually burdens us, creates a fear of making the wrong choice. So today I'm going to give you a quick tip. Actually, this is going to be a bunch of videos in a series of quick tips, which will ultimately help you design landing pages better, like a professional, even if you're a beginner, to create high converting landing pages every single time. This tip will also make your entire process simpler, take away the burden of too many choices, like I said, helps you prioritize your page elements, which is very important, get over the fear of picking the wrong layout. So those are all the benefits. But before I begin, I need to tell you one thing. If you find a landing page template that exactly suits your need, just go for it. Go with it and start writing your copy, because oftentimes the template actually tells you what to do. Don't think too much. Don't try to be innovative in layouts. It'll only hurt your business. People love familiarity and simplicity. On the other hand, this tip is for people who find it hard to begin with a template. Maybe templates you find lack the elements that you want on a page, isn't quite right. Perhaps that's just too many choices, right? I said too many choices too many times. And when you want to design a page from scratch, holy shit, a lot of people don't even attempt it. You just cannot progress even beyond the first two sections. And every fucking landing page layout that you have seen from your favorite marketing guru comes to your head and kind of fights with each other. How do you begin and finish a landing page without getting overwhelmed by choices of layouts? Here is the simple yet hyper effective solution. First thing I always used to say is that start writing only copy. But then in a recent call, I found out even that wasn't really clear in the mind of one of my students that I was doing live coaching with. Then this idea popped into my head, which is, imagine your landing page is mobile only and then start writing copy for that. The beautiful thing about this is it sounds simple, but if you think about it, it's the perfect way to design an effective high conversion landing page. Why? There are a few reasons. A mobile screen is limited to just one column and the information flows one way. It forces you to create a page that automatically becomes effective by the following ways. One, it forces you to do things in a way where you do only one thing at a time. So because the screen is limited, there's only one choice, you can only see one headline at a time, or like 3 elements at the max. It forces you to prioritize your elements. This is by far the biggest. Even if you do all of those things, when you have a landing page, sometimes when you have a wide layout, you have options to put 5 columns, and you can put feature 1, feature 2, feature 3, and all of them are important. If only I had a penny for every time a client came to me and said, no, all of these are important, everything is important. No, it's not. No, I'm sorry, it's not. Everything is not important. And even the most experienced guys who make $20,000 to $30,000 a month from their website often are paralyzed because they just can't make a choice because they're scared of losing their revenue. But when you think about a mobile only page, you're forced to write it. And plus, it's a real world use case. Today, 50% of people or more consistently use mobile to access at least my client's website. And this is most likely true in your case. And this number is only going to go up. People are bombarded with notifications. They can't be focused. God knows, while making this video, I just want to talk about 1,500 other things and I find it hard to focus on this thing. And finally, it makes you write good copy. How? It reminds me of this story by this guy called Joe Sugarman. Joe Sugarman is the granddaddy of copywriting. He wrote copywriting in days where newspaper ads were the thing. He didn't have fancy A/B testing tools, fancy layouts, nothing. He had to write copy where he was limited to usually just one single box or half a page. Sometimes he had huge budgets, but oftentimes he had just a single box where he had to write everything and put a call to action. His book, Triggers, is one of the most recommended books. If you have never read a book on copywriting, please buy Triggers. Go to Amazon and search. I'll find out if I can put a link. But I'm thankful that one of the best copywriters I know actually gave me that book in the beginning. He said, take this and read this, and it's one of those books when you read it, you start seeing the matrix. You're like, holy shit, this is everywhere. So I recommend that. And he says that a good copy does only one thing. The first line of your copy is there to make them read the second line. The second line of your copy is there to make them read the third line. The third line of your copy, you get the picture. Naturally, because of the way the mobile flows, this single principle that I explained automatically becomes true. If you don't capture their interest within this small screen at the beginning, they will not start scrolling. You're not given the luxury of presenting them like 1500 options at the same time. You have to craft something attractive on the top, aka your headline. And if you don't craft an attractive headline, you're just going to fail. So it forces you to think. But once you capture their attention, and if they start scrolling, if they're a little bit invested, they'll still forgive your mistakes. So you can make a few mistakes. Maybe you can write some parts that are not targeted towards all your personas, but make sure your headline or the top section is going to capture anybody who is going to be your target audience and make them scroll down. So there it is. I've just listed down all the benefits of why you should do this, and this is actually what I do for making high converting landing pages, and this has worked wonders. So how do you do this? Again, keep it simple. Don't open Thrive Architect, don't open your lead pages, ClickFunnels, or whatever tool you use. Don't start with a template, don't think about anything. Start with a fucking Google document. Open it. You have only a few choices. You have text, you have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4. You have boldface, italics, underline. You're allowed to use links, basically text with a different color, for call to actions, like learn more, click here, or schedule an appointment, or whatever. And finally, you're allowed to use numbered list and bulleted lists. I don't even know why I do this. One more thing, if it helps, reduce the size of your browser so that even your Google Docs becomes like this, and it kind of simulates a mobile. And once you do that, it forces you to write copy that's really good, that's engaging, and has a flow from top to bottom. It forces you to research, think about your audience, and then once you're done with the mobile layout, it's very easy to stretch a mobile layout to your desktop layout. I hope you enjoyed that. If you like this tip, leave a comment below. I love making these videos, and I'm going to be making a few more tips. I hope you like it too. Thank you.